So it begins.
Ha! There you go. Snuck in another one. What's up, everybody? The Fandom Collective has returned. If you thought we went away, no, we're not. We don't go away. We shall always be around. The last couple of weeks, we had Fanscene, the Night Ambassador, host one of our streams, as well as Fallon Reacts last week. So that's, if you don't see us over here some of these days that we stream, you might see us over there. When we get over 1,000 subscribers, we'll finally be able to do community tabs and then tell you guys where we are. But that's where we've been the last couple of weeks. I'm trying to get my computer fixed, and I'm the main hoster of the stream. So, I'm not always going to be available to do that in this month. So when that's all fixed and stuff, then we'll be back to normal. But until then, we'll trade it off every now and then. But anyway, today there's no special guests, just the normal collective crew. And I've got, of course, the Flipster, the Twitter mongrel master of tweeting people all the day. I don't have a smooth saying in my head. Flipster, tell them who you are.
Hey, thank you. What an introduction. I appreciate it.
I said mongrel. I'm like, that's not the right word. It rhymed with marvelous. It was 2 M's.
Conqueror, mongrel, Twitter fascist.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm here. What did you say, Fallon?
I said, oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah,
Well,
anyway.
Yep, here with the wonderful Rookster and Fallon, and I believe Fanzine's on his way.
Oh, no, Fanscene can't make it today, but you know who can make it with us is T Smooth.
What's up?
Are you in the T Smooth outfit get up or no?
No, I just put it on there real quick.
No,
All right, hold on.
You got to be in character if you're going to have that.
Right back.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
If you're not, then you're Fanscene. But you got to be classic stuff, guys. But so T Smooth will join us shortly. But yeah, Flipster, how's your last couple weeks been, man?
It's been good, man. I actually I've got some great news today. I didn't realize that, you guys might remember that I went on this long hiatus, etc. I was trying to get into all this. And it turns out that there are no salary paying jobs like that. It's all commission. So if you want to get into that, that's a real tough find. But I happened to come across a group that got together. You know how these real estate agents get together? Mm-hmm. Anyway, long story short, they hire people for salary for like a year so you can get on your feet. And I'm trying to get in the door with them. So it's been a great couple weeks. Also, the Twitter and the Fandom Collective have been rocking and rolling. We're getting new people every day, and we're helping people get subs. Things have been right on right there. And I have to say, the highlight of the last couple weeks is definitely T Smooth. So I cannot wait to interview this gentleman.
I know. Fanscene put out a video, and you guys should definitely check that out. He's got this great video about his different characters that he made. What do you have, like 9 different characters or so? On there, which is paltry compared to what I have, but that's good. That's a good start. He needs to, as far as the numbers go. There's so. Actually, haven't revealed as many of them yet, but they're coming. You guys will see. You guys will roll your eyes and be like, "Oh God, what's this Jester doing again?" But so this will be a good competition between Flip, Fanscene, and I with how many characters we'll have. Fallon's entering the game soon as well with the characters,
my gosh.
so that'll be fun when that starts rocking.
I'm not telling you about the other 2.
That's fine. All right, T Smooth, what's up, man?
What's up? Where's all the fine-ass females at tonight?
Look what he do.
All right, we got some
Once you go
swag.
smooth, you can't move.
Got some swag up in here. He's got sayings. I like it. T Smooth, this is your first time on the Fandom Collective channel. Tell us about yourself. No doubt. What's up, T Smooth? Tell us about you.
Nothing much. Just chilling at the crib, collecting my Social Security. Got hit by Carlo a while ago, but T Smooth's all good. All good.
Cool. That's good, bro. Love that.
Don't worry about it. Hitting up them honeys, getting them digits, making money. You know how it be.
Did one of the women hit you with the car?
Nah, that was my ex. She broke my jaw and
T
took my
Smooth has
dog.
exes. They have exes now. Oh no.
Yeah, she took my dog and I went over there to get it back, and she just came out of the garage, and next thing I know, I was in the hospital. So,
did you meet a hot nurse?
yeah, I mean, she's all right, but I mean, of course, I hit it, but you know, it is what it is.
At the hospital? Damn. All right.
Yeah, I mean, sponge bath, things happen, things pop up. You know how it be.
Respect, man. That's good. and yeah, so that's you. And then Fallon, how's your last week or so been?
Pretty good.
Are you able to keep it cool with T Smooth present? Are you able to stay focused and not be gazing into his sunglasses? Just kidding.
I always wear my sunglasses at night, baby.
You know what's really sad? He reminds me of some of my cousins on my dad's side. So no.
Okay.
Oh no.
Good to know.
Hey.
Like he's trying to break character.
You say smooth with a V.
With a V. Put some bass in that voice.
Hell yeah. I don't do bass, I just go deep. That's all good.
You got sometimes you gotta bring it down low.
Yeah,
hey,
bring it
hey
down
baby.
low.
Hey baby.
All right.
Just, baby, look in the eyes right here.
Oh yeah. Now put sunglasses
Saying,
back on.
I mean,
Put the sunglasses back on.
saying,
Put the sunglasses back on. That don't look as cool. There you go.
that's why I wear the sunglasses.
Now you
But
cool.
sometimes you just gotta give them the eyes.
Yep. I was about to say we're about to get lectured, but all right. So game plan for today is kind of going to be kind of a short stream, like maybe an hour-ish, but we got a couple topics on the head.
Hey, T Smooth don't do nothing in an hour. Always 2. Just saying.
All right. I mean, I guess that's efficient for some people, but I mean, 2 hours. We'll see. We got Rick Moranis. I heard is doing something. We got Dragon Ball Z Abridged quitting their Dragon Ball part of the channel, and Star Wars Theory is got an update on some of his videos. Fallon brought up a topic about how they're actually going to go and release the movie The Hunt, which they put off from doing before. And if we have extra time when we want to, I heard like Dr. Dolittle and Birds of Prey or something came out. I don't even know anything about those ones, but I didn't even know there was a new Dr. Dolittle movie, to be honest. But Rick Moranis, famous for being in like Spaceballs, Flintstones, Ghostbusters, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. What else is he in? No, that's it, right? No.
Spaceballs. He's in Spaceballs.
I said that. Yeah, Spaceballs,
yeah.
Flintstones, Ghostbusters, and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, or Honey, I Shrunk Ourselves also. I love those movies, guys. It was pretty good. I like all of them, except for Ghostbusters, really.
Looks like
What? What? You don't love the Ghostbusters?
I don't care for them.
Man.
And I don't hate them, but like the original Ghostbusters, I didn't enjoy the movie. I'm just like, yeah. I don't care about the actors in them either. So that's probably the main thing. Everybody loves all the actors. And I'm like, for me, like Bill Murray is, it's an actor. I don't care. No super love for him. So he doesn't really sell me on the movie. Rick Moranis, I like him. I'd say he's my favorite actor in the movie is Rick Moranis.
well, he's actually not expected in the new Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
He's not going to be in it.
He's not going to be in it, but he's
he-
coming back for Honey, I Shrunk the Kids for Disney. That must be
Yes.
some good cheddar they're giving him.
Mm-hmm.
I guess just on that topic, why do you think they'd be returning to that specific franchise now? You guys, Rick Moranis returning to Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Money. They're
Money.
rechanging everything.
T Smooth says money talks.
What about you, Fallon?
I agree. It's all about money, and I'm guessing Ghostbusters couldn't pay him enough, or they didn't bother trying to get in contact with them.
Well, I mean, was Honey, I Shrunk the Kids that successful to where it's like, oh, dude, that's a bank. Like, that's obvious. You do it again, we'll make money.
I think it's still making some money because they did so many sequels.
Well, I know they did, but I mean, if you're going to compare that to like a blockbuster film, like I never considered that to be a blockbuster. Like any of the other classics that they reboot, this is just like an average movie. I think a good average movie, but
I think it's Disney's attempt to remake everything they can possibly remake
I
Yeah.
or
think
reboot.
I think that's accurate because well, think of, how old was he when he did them, and how old is he now? Like, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but like, just I mean, sometimes it's cool to use the old actors that were in them and do them for a reboot. But man, I don't know. I don't know if this old Moranis will be funny. I don't know. I haven't seen him in anything in years. What was the last thing he was in?
I believe he retired. Is
He
the
did.
whole thing.
That's what I
He
thought.
did retire.
Yeah.
He's going to star in this, right? Or is he going to be a director or something?
My guess is he's probably going to be a cameo, like bridge gap between the movies and the new show. Probably about that it.
Yeah, I'm surprised that movie that they had Mark Wahlberg where they shrink, that wasn't like in the Honey I Shrunk the Kids universe where it's like, oh, hey, look, he invented this machine that shrinks people. Now, if you want to live in a little society, you can. Well, come to his house, he'll shrink you and put you in his basement with the others or something with the other houses and civilization downstairs.
Matt Damon.
Or Matt Damon, Mark
Yeah,
Wahlberg,
Matt
same
Damon.
thing. They look the same after a while. They're all white. They're white and male straight, right?
Hey! Don't be hating! Don't be hating!
I'm not hating, just pointing out that they're white, and straight, and male. That's it.
Got to shrink that ego on the white privilege.
Yeah, he retired. His wife died, and this is his first gig in 20 years. It says Docked Rebels. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'll say Docked. Docked Rebels. Yeah, okay.
Cool, cool.
That's good. That's cool. What? He said he made the Undesirables, Mel Brooks. Oh, okay. That's cool. Yeah, I like Rick Moranis. I don't know why I was gonna say I like Rick Moranis. I like Rick Moranis. It was Moranis for a while. So when I was typing in for Google, I'm like, God damn it, how do you spell his name? And it's Moranis. I was saying that wrong, but I don't know. Do you guys care about if they make more Honey I Shrunk the Kids or just whatever?
T-Smooth don't care.
Are you excited for it?
Nah,
When
not
you
even.
think they think there's hope that this will be a nice, successful, and respectable franchise?
Nah.
Do you think they'll
No.
make 7 more movies trying to do?
Yeah, they're gonna milk it till it ain't worth it.
Did you guys know they made a TV show actually?
Yeah,
Funny I
I knew
Shrunk
that.
the Kids or Shrunk Ourselves or whatever. Which is funny because I don't remember them ever shrinking anything in that show. There was like Bigfoot and some dream monster. I swear it was like supernatural, but with Honey I Shrunk the Kids, that's the main protagonist. If you remember that show, Alan,
We hunt things.
did you guys ever see that?
See what?
Honey I Shrunk the Kids made a show before. Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
show?
Yeah, I did. Because I think I was still a kid back then, or adolescent.
Do you remember them ever shrinking in that show?
I think they did.
I-
Or I'm flashing back to me watching the movies as a kid.
I remember they fought like Bigfoot and Yetis and like dream monsters that went into their brains. It was in a way it was like I don't know, it was like supernatural, but with the Zelenskys as the family that fights these monsters. That's what I remember from the show. I remember
Oh my gosh, I
the
can't
Lord
remember
Brother-
anything. I just remember that there was a show.
there's a show after the movies, and I don't think it did not have any of the actors from the movies in this, but
Well, when there's a
still
cartoon.
it was the Zelenskys as the family. I know
Mhm.
that. And it had nothing to do with shrinking. I don't remember there being, hey, look, we shrunk and now we have to deal with this. It was like they're dealing with Monsters of the Week, which I thought was pretty funny from back then. If you guys remember, Lethal Lightning's in the chat. What's up? Hashtag Transfat Baby Hell. The ambassador says, I never saw any of the Honey movies. Maybe I should. I'd say they're good watches. If you're watching it as an adult and you didn't grow up with it, it's probably like a okay movie. But if you grew up with it, I'm pretty sure you'll love it. Like I loved it.
What kind of honey movies are we talking about now? The Jessica Alba honey movies?
I don't know. Or Easy says Honey, the TV show. So when he says Honey, spaces like that, I'm thinking he's talking to his wife like Honey. The TV show starred Peter Scolari. What?
Scolari.
Scolari. I'm not wearing my glasses, so I'm like, what? Shrinking
Neither am I.
to advanced special effects for TV show. Okay, I guess that makes sense for TV show. I guess so. But you can still technically like pretend to zap them with just like cutting to them and a flash of light, and oh look, size differences. I feel like there's ways you can do the effect still, even though even it's not as cool with the budget. But
Sure.
I think that's, unless you guys have anything else to say about Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, we can move on to the next little piece over here.
Sounds good.
Okay, nothing else. Okay. So I don't know if you guys caught this, but Star Wars Theory posted a video the other day talking about his project, his Vader series, and they give a little update. Do you guys have anything you guys wanted to say on it? I'll go over the basis of it in a sec, but did you guys hear about that?
Oh yeah, like we were talking earlier, I was watching the video right before because it popped up on my screen because we hadn't even mentioned about talking about it. But I think it's understandable about what he's planning for his film series, which he said originally was supposed to be 5 episodes, and now he's going to be cutting it down to 1 or 2 movies,
Okay,
depending on how it works out. Because he said he's writing it right now.
Yeah, so I guess I'll break down what happened in the video from what I remember. So Star Wars Theory spent about $160,000 on his first Vader film, which was, about 15-minute video. They posted it, and it's got, I don't know how many views now, but he's doubled in subscribers. He's almost at like 3 million subscribers now. He had a specific arrangement with Lucasfilm where it's like he cannot crowdfund for it, and he can't make any money off YouTube for it. So he said there's a lot of people that offered to pay for it for him, but that was an unacceptable deal, so he couldn't do it because Lucasfilm ixnay on that. So he's like, nope, I want to still make it, and he paid all that out of pocket. And that's why like stuff for his merch and stuff helps fund that in a way, but not directly. But he decided he wanted to do 5 or so episodes of this series.
Yep.
More. But he said that'd probably take a couple years to get all that stuff done. But he wants to start moving on with his life. He's in his 29, 28 or something years old. He wants to get a house. He wants to start getting forward in his career. He wants to be able to do actual interviews. He wants to expand his channel more. He loves doing his channel. I think he has other side channels too. For
he does.
Harry Potter,
He has quite a few.
Quite a few other ones. So he wants to really focus on his YouTube channel, but he wants to make other film projects that are not Star Wars fan film specific. He wants to do other types of movies and his own creative stuff, probably, especially since he's learning doing these fan film ones. So instead of doing a whole bunch more Star Wars fan film projects, he wants to do one more, but he's going to probably make that one a big one. For all we know, he might release it as more than one video, which I'm betting he will. But as far as the production goes, I think he's going to try to get all the budget for it that he can and film all of them back to back and really try to get them rolling and get that done, and then go forward with buying a house and everything afterward. He's going to try to set up another big premiere, and he's still working on it. He's just putting out the casting call for actors and whatnot. And Flip, you said somebody in the community was going to try to audition to be a Jedi or something, right?
Yeah, that's right. I'm not really sure what he's going for because I just don't know. Well, we know he's a guy. That much I know.
Mm-hmm.
Big gamer, and he just kind of joined in with the whole collective support structure that we have here. So he's going out, I think, in about a month to try out for a position, a casting position. And I don't know if I should say his name. Honestly,
you don't have to. If he didn't tell you to, then that might be secret. He's trying to do. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but anyway, he did say that we could keep everyone posted on it, so it should be an exciting situation.
Okay, yeah, I give him more information from him to see if he's okay if we update people or tell him who it is, and if he gives us updates on it, if we can update the community. That's a cool type of thing to keep track of, I'd say.
Oh yeah,
It sounds interesting.
Yep, but yeah, so Star Wars Theory is he's going to try to he wants to get this next video done and to be as best as he can. He said he wanted it to do. He felt like episode 1 was like an epilogue, kind of like a introduction to everything, and just kind of set the tone of what it is. And he wanted the others to be more action packed and expand the story and stuff, and make you feel. He wants you to get the transition between Anakin becoming this machine in this suit that is this super killer. Instead of it just being from good to bad, seeing that transition phase. And I think he said he wants to cast 10 Jedi and a couple of them be aliens and stuff. And I'm really interested to see what he puts off with this. He said he's also watched a lot of other fan films, Star Wars ones, and likes seeing how they do it. And see, there's a difference, I think, in the deals and how they're able to do it than to where he's able to do them. I think it's similar deals, but a little different, because I think he had a media pass.
Yes, he did.
With an agreement. He has somebody, they have a good mutual type of relationship, is what it seems, with him and Lucasfilm, but like not, he's not like in Lucasfilm, of course. He's like as an independent associate using the properties that they own, is what I'm gathering from it. You guys have anything you guys want to say about it? Whatever, I've been talking for a good 5 minutes, so you guys have the floor.
No, it sounds good. I'm interested to see what he can do. I would agree with you that he probably splits up the next episode as a couple videos. And it probably helps, flow of the story as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, he wanted it to be a couple, 4 or 5 episodes. So I think he said he's at least an hour of footage, I think. So he'll have minimum.
Yeah.
Well, he definitely killed it with that first one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He hit the right moment and everything. Everyone was so frustrated with The Last Jedi, and here comes this, creator putting up a fan film that felt better. Well, to many of us anyway. I guess it's a matter of a subjective opinion, but I definitely, most of this community was amazed. And I don't know about, did you guys think that he might not get around to it? Were you feeling that? Like, I was kind of feeling like, I wonder. I mean, was it a lucky one-off? But he did. All of a sudden, he comes out with this, and I'm just jacked about it.
For the hype of a second video.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't. I'm doing another fan film, the second part of it. Yeah. What were you saying, Fanzine?
I think like all the attention he got from the first one was probably kind of what slowed it down a bit. And otherwise, probably taking him a little longer to get to the next one.
Yeah. Well, and so he paid out of pocket with all of it.
Yeah. Plus that,
and this was the first time he directed a project on that type of scale. So I imagine that he wanted to kind of soak in what he learned. And after you work on a big project, I don't know if it's best to go right into another one before like absorbing everything that happened and all your stuff you gained and connections you have. I think he won't be able to have, that was another thing he said in the video, that the same director he will not be able to get for this one. So he's going to do it, and he's going to have a director's assistant. And so like he kind of expressed too, that he's kind of nervous to be, doing this. Like like in this scale. Cause like before he was like, oh, this YouTube channel that's saying he's going to make a video, and he did. And it was great. And it's been seen by, a lot of people. I feel like in 5 years, who knows if that'll be at 1 billion views or not.
Yeah, because right now it's at 16 million.
Yeah, like that's crazy. That's an insane amount for just a regular YouTube channel that just talks about Star Wars stuff, to be able to make something like that and skyrocket. So, I feel like, he probably got some jitters, but it was cool too, because before he released the film, he didn't show his face before. So that was nice. That was kind of cool that he does. And now he shows his face a lot. That was cool type of thing. And he really does have a way of making the audience, connect with him with it. Just talking right to you about it, telling his feelings. And I understand some of his feelings with some of the stuff with the process. Like, I'm trying to learn how to be a director by doing, but like he's trying from a different level, and being able to execute that is tough. And I'm pretty sure there's every step he takes, he has to be very careful with what he's allowed to do legally, because there's so many restrictions with it not being his IP and stuff. Like, that must be frustrating to try to do.
Sucks that he can't make any money. You would think they'd have some sort of a deal other than, well, we get all the money, you can't make a dime, because he is marketing Star Wars. From a certain standpoint, he should at least be able to get some sort of commercial license for marketing.
Well, I would agree, but I feel like the fact that he's using an IP such as Star Wars, and that is helping that doubled his channel size in a way that they did technically help him.
Yeah,
like them allowing him to do it and he not make any money off it still benefited him greatly. Anyways, like if he was making whatever income off of his channel anyway, like think about how many, I don't know how much his views have increased or not, but amount of people that super chat him and support him through Patreon or whatever, because of this, whether or not that's specifically for the project, that's probably skyrocketed since that video was seen by millions of people. So
Oh,
even
yeah.
though he's not getting a direct payment from it, he's still benefiting greatly from it. He's getting nothing. So
Yeah,
I feel like there is a trade-off there. That's fair enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would agree. I think for him, you mentioned it might be frustrating. That's the first thing that came to mind, that the money situation. But he did get. You're right. A lot of people came on board, subscribed, and he's got his own marketing. I mean, he's got his T-shirts and his stickers, whatever. And I guess in really, you're right. In an even bigger way, because now he's getting the money together to do it again. So. Yeah, I guess it really did help, and I didn't consider that, but I'm sure it's still frustrating to look at 2 million subscribers and go, "Damn, I wish I could get a big chunk of that change."
Yep.
Yeah.
No,
You're doing better than me.
Yeah, no, and I agree that that'd be something that I think would make sense, Flip, like what you're saying, the way he should get for benefits, but it's not like he got nothing. He did get a lot of benefit with this. And in a way, this can jumpstart his career. I mean, I'm trying to think of the connections he has now with people and people that would like to invest in him. They saw him invest he put all of his chips and cards on the table and risked it, and succeeded greatly.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
A lot of there are some people that don't like the fan film, but they just that's very small in the number that do. But for the most part, even they appreciate that he was able to do it. Like, even if they don't like the movie for what it was, like what they showed, I can see where some criticism would go with what's portrayed. Like, it's not a perfect film, but it's like. I especially just love that he did it with his own pocket and was able to make that quality. That alone is like thumbs up on being able to do that. So and now he has that experience in his pocket for this second project. So I'm really curious to see how he'll do it. It's hard to say. I think he'll definitely improve. Honestly,
Yeah.
So only his first one that he did himself. This is his second one. This is a great first stepping stones to being able to make your own films in the future. I'd say.
Yep. Totally agree.
I'm hoping. I don't know if you guys have more to say. I have more to say on this than I thought. I did not. I was not prepared for this at all.
Let it out, Rook.
I'm hearing
Let it
myself,
out.
I'm like, oh, there's this and that. So I don't know what he's gonna do in the future for his actual plans going forward after he has this house and is more settled and does this channel. But if he's, as far as this film goes, I don't know if he's ever gonna make his own company or his own filmmaking production studio or something, or if it's like a fan film type of thing where he's just other fan film projects or something. I don't know. I feel like that'd be something cool for him to look into. I might make a video on this at some point because I have more to say than I did. Wow, that's gonna be 5 minutes and then done. But no, I feel like with how he's doing it, and if I were in his shoes, like that'd be something I'd look at, is how I can help set an example for how other fan films could possibly do stuff. Because I mean, there's no way that anybody should do one. It's all based on your own creativity and whatnot. But the fact that he was able to do what he did and make the connections he's able to, people were so on board. I imagine there was volunteers. I don't know if there was, but that's something I'd jump on to at least do something, if I could, to assist.
For sure.
I don't know. It's just kind of cool to see that. Now, let's see what the chat is saying. The two Star Wars Network says hello there.
Hey, I have a question.
General Kenobi.
How do you wait? How do you pronounce the Med 2? Is it Toomed 2 or Med
2.
Oh,
Okay.
to me too. No, I
It's a
meant to. Yeah,
droid
it's not.
name.
If the D wasn't there, then that'd be to me too. Yeah.
Yeah. What does that stand for? Is it like something
I
to
do to me too.
She
You
just
know
said
what I'm
it was like a droid.
Yeah, it's from Star Wars. I don't know. It's like the name of the medical droids. Med 2.
Oh, like the ones that fix Luke's hand and stuff, right?
Yeah.
It was a play on the Me Too movement. This whole
No.
Get your head out of the gutter, buddy.
Now I know.
But I guess I'll finish up my thoughts on this. And if you guys have anything else to say, go ahead, please, because they're saying.
Well, what do you guys think about? What do you want to see in Vader 2?
Vader.
Well, yeah.
The fight with Mace Windu.
Yes.
Yes.
Mace Windu, all messed up and stuff, probably has droid parts. Like, he was thrown out. We don't know if he lost his. Because did he lose his hand or
Yeah,
arm?
Cut them both off.
Cut off by Anakin and then zapped out by Palpatine.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's going to have some prosthetics.
I'd
They're
like,
going to
to,
say daddy issues for some reason.
I'd like to see Vader wrestling with who he once was and who he's become.
I think we're already seeing that.
Well, like during
all he
like
wants.
like with the fights and everything, how he goes about changing his fighting style when he fights and everything. That seems interesting to me.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, I think that's one of the goals he said he wants to achieve
Like
with
how-
this next project.
How he maneuvers now that he's got like more robotic appendages than before,
Well,
and how
I feel-
the force flows through him because of it now.
I feel like in the first one there was already examples of that, like when he
Yeah.
used the Force to stop the blasters. That was never a technique he used before. So
Yeah.
he probably could just deflect half of them and kill them all anyway. But now he can't move as quick, so it's like, okay, let's use the Force and
Yeah.
shove them all back at you.
I'd like to see Lucasfilm step in and I know.
Oh, hold on, what?
Well, the reason I'm saying this, I'd like to see them make an effort toward repairing the fandom and say, hey, you know what? We're not using Sam Jackson in anything, and if he's willing to do it for free, you guys can have him. That might be an extreme example of what I'd like to see, but maybe help support him with real props or just some sort of a notion, an olive branch, if you will, to the fandom. That would be
Right here's 6 lightsabers you can use.
Yeah.
Good, cool, on us. That's it. Something.
Yeah.
I agree. That'd be kind of cool. I feel like I want Star Wars Theory to stay independent. To be honest, like to be his own. Him be the creative of whatever he makes, because that way there won't be as much influence from others. And I mean, he'll have influence no matter what. But I mean, you know what I mean. Like,
Right.
I don't want Lucasfilm to absorb him. If anything, I'd want him to absorb them rather than the other way around. So that he be in control of what they give him rather than the other way around. That's what I'm saying.
That's some
That'd
Borg stuff right there.
I don't even know what that's referencing. The ambassador says Star Wars Theory also played the non-suited Vader in the first film, which was very cool. Yeah, I saw that. That was a good nod before he introduced his face. Chris YZ says blaster bolts to Vader's hand was one of the cool and most badass scenes ever. So quick and memorable dialogue. Star Wars Theory's old intro. Yeah, I agree, man. That stuff is pretty cool. I have no expectations for what he does. I just want to see him be able to do it.
Right.
That's all I want to see. I haven't thought about, what's he going to do next? I'm just like, I just want to see whatever he does, because he did that with the first one. And I feel like, the first one, it was as good as it was, is only the beginning of what he will be able to do. That's like in 5 years, this will be considered paltry compared to what he might be able to do 5 years from now. That's what I'm hoping. Like, because as far as quality and talent and writing, everything, I feel like that will improve every time he does something.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I feel like, I don't know if Star Wars Theory, if he were to make like the name of a company, if that's what it would be called, I feel like he'd make it something else, because Star Wars Theory just sounds like, it's good as it is for like a YouTube thing, but if it's like going to be a company, I don't know. But then again, how would people know it's him if it's not Star Wars Theory?
Maybe Cobra Kai theory. He might call it Theory Inc.
Yeah, I was gonna say he could maybe use a play on the SW Theory, so that way people know it's him, but it's without using the Star Wars stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I suppose. Because I feel like because going forward, like he said, he doesn't want it to just be Star Wars centric with his filmmaking. But I feel like whatever filmmaking he does, I feel like he could be his own studio someday. And wouldn't that be a story? A YouTuber doing normal YouTube videos decided to make a Vader fan film one of these days, made a really good quality, made a second really good quality one as well, or however much he splits that into, and expanded his own channel and learned a lot from it, and then became his own studio that could rival, let's just say, Disney and Lucasfilm or something, or even Sony or whatever. Like that would be a story. That would be history in the making.
He buys Star Wars and he makes his own Star Wars.
And you know what? There are similar stories about small YouTubers who grew their brand. I can't remember his name, but he has built a. Right now, he does like what is it? His own news group, and I feel like that's the way a lot of YouTubers are going into. They're branching in to create their own companies within the, I guess you could say, the niche that they started with.
Well, in a way that has happened quite a lot, actually. Like Team 4-Star is one of them. That's like the people that made Dragon Ball Abridged. Channel Awesome for a while was one of the top ones on YouTube until, stuff was going bad with them. But there's actually more controversy there's as much controversy as there is with Channel Awesome. There's also controversy with hashtag Change the Channel, because there was a lot of misconceptions also that were kind of in that, and the way they behaved. As well. It was actually contradictory, some of it. So that's a whole other basket for another day. But as far as the company goes, I just love to see Star Wars Theory soar with all this, and I'm hoping that he doesn't get screwed over by anything, which I'm sure will happen in some way, shapes, or form going forward as he grows. But I mean, I don't want him to be plummeted down because of any stupid thing going forward. Can't wait to see his success. Keep on going. That wraps up my thoughts on this. If you guys have last things on Star Wars Theory, let me know.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I have a lot of conjecturing, but I want to see different Jedi. I would like to see Ahsoka, even though she's not a Jedi. But I like the idea of him doing it real quick. I just want to close out with the Star Wars Theory stuff. But I like the idea of him doing it because he doesn't have to have the exact actors, although that would be completely awesome.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Dude. Ray Kennicks.
Ray Kennicks
was the girl who did that Ahsoka fan trailer last year, and Black Angus and I had an interview with her actually, and she did cosplay as Ahsoka and did a really good voice. She practiced that voice, and she had like one line in it, but it was like it was a good Ahsoka voice, and she looked like Ahsoka, a live action one. That if he could get her to play Ahsoka, damn. I think she practiced some of her moves too. Like I think she does that. She does music and some small acting and cosplay and stuff. So she'd be a cool casting choice.
How do you spell her name?
Ray, like REI and space KENNEX, I think.
Okay. I'm just curious. Yeah, but that would be awesome because it
cool choice. And she's working. They're working on a project as well. It's going to be a 20-minute long video. They're making their own fan film, also, and they had some of the 50's First Legion in that as the stormtroopers as well. So,
whoa, well, you're right. She does look just like, pretty damn close to Ahsoka. Yeah, that's really
right.
Cool. This was a fan film. How did I miss that?
Well, no, it was like a trailer. It was like a 2-minute trailer. So,
excellent. I'll check that out later for sure.
All right, you guys take over for a sec with a different topic. I gotta go take care of something real quick. Yep, you guys go ahead.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Cornholio.
So, what did you think about that new Terminator movie, huh?
There's a new Terminator movie? Whoa, dude, you're blowing my mind right now.
Yeah, it kind of crashed and burned.
Yeah, I didn't see it. Didn't have an interest in see it. So
I did see it, but what'd you say?
I said I probably don't want to see it at all because let's see, Ghostbusters 2016 was bad enough. I don't want to re-experience it with Terminator.
Okay, well, I've got a question then. So you said Ghostbusters. Do you guys think that that they're rebooting Ghostbusters because it failed so hard? Like,
yes,
you think that's it?
Yes, I think the backlash to that movie and the fans of the original, I think they saw a market there still for the original, so they just figured they'd wash away that one with something better.
Yeah,
I could agree with that. It's like they want money, but they realize, and I feel like Hollywood is starting to figure out a little bit, not fully, that the whole woman is not such a great idea.
True.
I would think so. I got in this argument. I don't remember. I've lately gotten into the Next Generation, Star Trek: The Next Generation a lot, and I know every time you guys talk to me, it's like, oh, Flip's all talking about Star Trek again. Oh my god! But I have like withdrawals over good Star Wars. You know, like I'm like shaking and sweating and waking up in the middle of the night and like terrible. But
what's the matter? I can't save you.
I've all gone to the dark side. I've lost them all. It's you know, just something I kind of fell back on because it was good. In the 90s, gosh, it came out in what, 89? And I was like 89, I was like 18, something like that. And so it really made an impression on me. And so I keep falling back to it. But I got into a debate with someone earlier today. I watch this channel called Junk Ball Media occasionally. He keeps it for the most part, which I like, because, you know, it's stupid fun, and he doesn't really get into politics, so that's what I mean by that. But he had a fine video; it was fine. But I made an announcement about Picard and how frustrated I was with it and everything, because it's kind of split mostly down the middle, I guess. But you know where I land on the side of it being, you know, infested with SJW nonsense. But yeah, and you would think that people are starting to see that woke isn't working. But the more people I talk to, especially this person I engaged with today, and believe it or not, I was rather kind, pompous but kind. But yeah, I would like to think the same thing. And while I agree with you, Fanzine, that it is sort of a what is like it's a beginning of an end, maybe an indication. Basically,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's ready to echo through the halls and make people realize these people are so staunch about their position. Go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is, I do think there's a slight change. It's starting to go with some of these recent flops. However, I don't think it's going to fully change, because I still think they're going to do it until they get that one movie out there that drops and flops so bad. I mean, like, loses more money than they've ever lost. That's when it's truly going to happen. And that day, I do think will be approaching.
Yes. Well, Rev Kev noted that he didn't think Picard was a woke one. And thanks for that, Rev Kev. Thanks for the comment. But the thing I'm alluding to really is very subtle things, like the fact that every time Picard turns around, some woman is making him feel like lesser, or trying to make him feel like lesser of a man. You know, who the heck is this Rafi? And where did she come from? She never existed in the previous, the Next Generation. She's even calling him JL. And spoilers for, I'll tell you what, I'll do it without spoilers. There's one moment, because I know you guys want to watch that. I watch it. To be fair, I watch it, and there are half of me likes it. You know, the visuals. I think Patrick Stewart is an amazing guy, wonderful actor, and even better humanitarian. But just, I guess you really gotta. I suppose. Let me put it this way: I see so much of this stuff on a daily basis, and it has become like sort of a non-pointedly, I can't figure out the word. It kind of seeps in, and I see it everywhere I turn now. But it's little things like that, I guess. But I wanted to let you know, though, Rev Kev out there, that I don't hate it completely, but it is, if you watch certain parts of it, the best thing you can do is watch Nerdrotic. Go ahead and watch Gary take it apart in his episode 3 review, and you'll see what I'm saying. He just puts it the best. I'm terrible to articulate. Yeah, articulate it. But, yeah, I mean, but the subject really is that I was saying I don't feel like it's echoing too loudly just yet, but you were feeling like it is the beginning, right, Fanzine?
I feel like I want to say that it's starting, but I still feel like it's not quite started, but it's getting to start.
Yep. Agree.
And there's going to be more Wah-Man movies coming, guaranteed. Some may succeed. I do think most are going to just start flopping. But I know that they're trying to, like, Comics Variety what Doc Hogg here says, it's about them transforming society. Yeah, I see that. I do see that Hollywood kind of wants society to go the way they believe society should be, but they're also really about money. And once
That's
that
true.
money starts trickling away,
Yeah.
then they're going to say, well, maybe the society thing, maybe we should give it a different shot this way.
Mhm.
That's how I feel.
It makes me feel when I get these retorts from just people. I don't know that they're SJWs. I'm not sure if it's just a big Star Wars fan who didn't like me or not, but a Star Trek fan. But it makes me feel like I'm maybe being a big bastard about it, and I don't want to come off that way. I grew up watching Star Trek and loved it. I would say I was probably in the middle of everything, like not to the right, not to the left, just right. I was in the Goldilocks zone of politics, and I stayed high, and I didn't care. And for the most part, that might have been too left, but the only thing on like Next Generation or any Star Trek thing back then was the men wearing dresses that bothered me. But other than that, I didn't see much wrong. But nowadays, it's just I see much more, and it's hard to argue because they have some good points, but they're also very they're as subjective as you are. So it feels like a stalemate most of the time, and I'd like to see it go away and have us all be together again. Personally.
Right.
Right. I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
And there are some aspects of what the writers had said about Picard where the Romulans were supposed to be like Mexicans on the border trying to get across and stuff. And I'm like, I don't see that. I see terrorist cells.
Mm.
I feel more like it's like, because I don't see any refugees in this show. I see, if they wanted to equate it to today, ISIS getting into the government and stuff like that. It's like, no, well, if that's what y'all thought and tried to put in, y'all felt it that way too much because it's not what you did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see that too. I see not so much the border issue here in America as I do terror cells. I do see that. Although having a secret government entity in a government that has no planet, I don't want to. I'm sorry, dude.
That's why I can't get to the new Star Trek, because Star Trek was always about openness and acceptance, and you could be who you want to be. And it wasn't preachy. It wasn't in your face. It was just telling good sci-fi stories with these characters. Yeah, they may have skewed a little left, but it didn't matter because it was you didn't feel it. You enjoyed it, and maybe you learned something. You know, today it's like, oh well, the Federation is now Trump, and it goes against everything they ever. It's like that's not Star Trek.
Yes,
in no way would it ever be that way in Star Trek.
Yeah.
And they completely destroyed the culture that Star Trek had, because what I remembered is that it was a utopia.
Exactly.
That it went we had reached a point where material didn't really matter. If you wanted to go and become a teacher, you could become a teacher. There was no issue like people are doing with the whole government Medicaid thing. That wouldn't even be an issue because everybody would already have everything they needed. And there was rarely any sickness or illness or any thing like that, unless you're on a starship going on to another planet where you could possibly get sick. I may not know a lot about Star Trek, but I know that much.
Yeah.
Did you?
Well,
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to bridge the subject, but go ahead. I want to hear what you were going to say.
I was going to say, if you really wanted to see like those sort of like things explored in the Star Trek universe, I know we talked about it last time, you should really watch Deep Space Nine. Deep Space Nine did it right. They kept the feel of Star Trek and the whole utopia, but they also tackled issues like war and refugees and stuff like that. And they did it in a much better way than it's being done in today's society.
Yeah, I was actually going to bring up Voyager because I saw the first episode of DS9. So basically, Ethan and I, we watch or checked out, if you will, we were watching all the Next Generation together. So I don't watch any episodes unless he's available. But that's gotten me because I'm totally addicted. So
Yeah.
Withdrawals and all. So so that's got me so addicted that I'm like, okay, well, let's watch Voyager. Okay, let's watch Deep Space Nine. So I managed to put on DS9 yesterday or the day before and watch the first episode, and it is good. It is good. The pilot episode's good, and so I do need to explore that further. But I am watching Voyager. I've gotten 6 episodes deep, and it's not bad. Janeway comes across like the female version of Picard, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And I like the premise behind them being stuck like 75 light years out from Earth, which is really neat. Like, good premise.
With Voyager, it wasn't too bad of a show. It does take a little bit to get to it, but it really picks up when 7 of 9 shows up.
Yes, absolutely.
So that's when it really gets good. But yeah, it's good. And Deep Space Nine, it takes a couple within the first season to get into it, but then once it gets going, it gets rolling really, really good. And they do a crossover with the Next Generation too, because Cisco does not like Picard because of, if you've seen the first episode, you know why.
Yes, I do remember had the board thing going on.
Yeah.
Well, Rookie's back. I don't mean to exclude him from the conversation.
he has no idea what we're talking about.
Oh,
He doesn't like Star Trek.
Talking about something with something.
You see, there was the Borg and the Klingon came in, and there was a big mess of a fight.
Mm-hmm. Like words, and 7 and 9 is a thing that comes at them. Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm like just picturing the number 7 and 9. Just like, yeah, they come at you. You gotta watch out. Imagine soldiers from machine guns shooting at a 7 and a 9 attacking them. I have no reference.
Look her up. That'll change your imagination.
Is it like some hot chick or something?
Yes.
Why would they name it 7
In a
and
cat
9?
suit.
Is it a robot?
She used to be a Borg, and the Borgs don't have numbers or names. They have like numbers.
Oh, so it's like Finn.
Right. Another thing they ripped off, sort of.
Okay.
A Nazi's running around screaming 9.
Yeah.
What does no have to do with it?
9. That was terrible.
I don't know. You guys can wrap that up though if you wanted to.
And
Yes,
it's really awesome. Okay, and back to you.
All right.
Okie dokie. Well, say we can go for a good another 10 minutes or so. This has been a fun little stream. Sorry, I had to go for a sec. There was a tax thingy that I had to confirm real quick over there and all that. Yeah, taxes are okay, sometimes, but yeah, whatever. I'm getting quite a bit of money back though, so that's good.
That we have at the end when you're ready to wrap up. I've got. I want to announce our newest collective people that have gotten new creator, service up on the Twitter, so I can just announce them to everybody.
Okay, sounds good. And you can also tell them about Vinjeko and whatnot if you wanted to, because I didn't. I forgot to put any links in the description at all, so I think you'd like that. Shout out to at the end, but we're not quite there yet. So I guess before I even try to enter this topic at all, have you guys ever watched Dragon Ball Abridged?
I might have once, forever ago.
Okay, so nobody has. Okay,
No.
I don't want to bring up. So I'll just say like the Dragon Ball Z Abridged team is cold. They're done. They're not doing it anymore. They're quitting that. They put up a video the other day talking about it, and I haven't watched the full-on video yet, but I did talk about it with Anomaly Inc. the other day, and I'm still going to research that a little bit. But if the panel here doesn't know that much about it, that's all good. We'll do something else because then I'll just be talking for a while about it, and I already did that with Star Wars theories. So double in the same stream. I feel like I'll make that my own video. That's going to be my own thing. So
I keep imagining a guy in a red jumpsuit with real wild black hair dragging a ball over a bridge.
Yep, that's fine. Most people think of like literal dragons and their balls, and they're like, why is that the show Dragon Balls or something? They have to go fondle
Get them all together so you can make your wish.
In stormy weather, they clink together.
Exactly. Exactly. Did you guys watch the Birds of Prey movie?
No.
9.
Neither have
No.
I.
I mean,
Okay. So
that's,
anyway,
that's a movie that another one because they was talking about Terminator Dark. What's that new crap Terminator called?
Dark
Yeah.
Fate.
Dark Fate.
Yeah.
Dark
I was like, wasn't interested in that, and I wasn't interested in Birds of Prey. So
I'll
Yeah.
eventually see it.
Did you see it, Rookie?
No, I haven't seen.
I ain't seen that shit. I ain't gonna play it on seeing that shit.
I don't know. It's what I love the Dragon Ball real life adaptation sucked balls. Got that fucking right. That was horrible. God damn. How do they fuck that up? That's another thing for
Easily?
another day. I can't. Well, it's like something.
Do a video on
It's
it.
like just simple stuff. Though. You guys don't have to know anything about the show, but it's like in the show, he does not go to school. He grows up in the woods and learns how to fight and stuff. But in the adaptation, they have him go to high school and like want to do stuff with a girl. As to where in the show, when this girl said that she wanted to marry him someday, he thought it was something about food. Like he didn't know what marriage was. Like it's funny in that sense. And it's like, and they're like, he at night when there's a full moon, like a full moon, and he looks at it, he turns into a giant ape. He's a bizarre kid because he has a tail. The human that has a tail. And
Yeah, they
that,
have
it's
to
kind of like
cut
a
it
werewolf.
off.
It's like a werewolf, but he can turn into a giant ape. A King Kong sized thing here. And in the movie, they make it so there's an eclipse that happens once every millennia or something that can turn him into it. And like the bad guy Piccolo is like, he's a servant of him, even though Piccolo in the movie is like, thousands of years old or something. And in the show, it made more sense that it was supposed to be like a demon dude, even though he's like an alien. But it made more sense in the show. It oddly, as weird as it was, made sense. Like, and in the movie, I'm just like, how do you translate that to that? I don't know. But anyway, I was going to talk about Birds of Prey, even though I haven't watched it, but it sounds boring to talk about anyway. I was just going to point out that regardless of what it is, it just doesn't look interesting because it looks like a Suicide Squad spinoff, and that doesn't look fun.
No.
So, I know.
The character designs, the outfits, the story, it just all looks. Just want to do this. Get away.
Shoot.
Yeah, people were complaining about what they did to all the characters, like the thief, which is Cassandra Cain. I saw this post on Twitter about how much they screwed up her character because she is supposed to be the best hand-to-hand fighter in all of the DC fandom. So people are angry about that big time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they did not do those characters justice one bit.
Well, like I haven't seen it, and I don't know too much about DC lore entirely, but it's like just on a base value of a film, it just looks boring. And it's like because it's a spinoff of Suicide Squad, so it's not just its own brand new movie. It's a continuing type of one. Whether or not they acknowledge that existence too much, but it's like I don't know why anybody would care. It's like, I'm sorry, but the way they make the movies now, it's with DC, it's hard to care really about them. Like I like the Joker because they made it kind of clear that it is its own thing. But like if they wanted to make it a part of it, they could probably do something, but you'd have to do that after the movie, not during the movie. It's not in the movie that is connected to something else. So I liked that it was by itself. With these other ones though, with every other movie they've made in the last like 5-10 years or so, it's like, dude, what are you doing with this? They're all, could they be in the same universe? They probably all are in the same universe, and they all probably suck. Like
because DC has no leadership in their movie department, like Marvel has Kevin Feige who controls everything.
Yeah, it's like a whole bunch of people trying to run.
DC has had like person after person after person after person.
See, it's like I'm not the biggest Zack Snyder fan, but I do like 300. Sucker Punch, like it's okay, I guess, in some parts. It's just more disappointing because the trailer made it look really cool. He's not a horrible director or nothing, but I feel like if he had like creative control like Feige, then this would be more interesting, at least to a larger portion of fans.
At least when he was in control, he did keep it consistent.
Yeah, it's consistent, right? Like even though a lot of us won't call that good, like I feel like that's better than Suicide Squad good.
Like, I mean, I tell you, his Dawn of the Dead remake was awesome.
Yeah, that one was good too.
I love that movie.
I forgot he made that one. That one was good. I enjoyed that. There's areas that I would criticize in that film big time, but I still like that. Still pretty good for zombies. Those are good, but I don't know. I don't care either. Really, DC. It's just like we talked. I don't know if we talked about this last time, but like with Batman, there's like 15 Batman live action movies. Like I don't even know. So it's like to me, they're just gonna make ones about anything. They'll make a new Batman every 4 years. I feel like minimum. Maybe more.
He's like the James Bond of the DC universe. So
yeah, exactly. And he'll have a different version, different age, different variation of the story. Some will give the origin, some won't. Sometimes he'll be black, probably. Sometimes he won't. Sometimes he'll probably be a chick. I'm just saying. They'll have Batman be a woman and just still have it be called Batman. And, goodly as if it's normal. Like, hey, curse you, Batman. Yeah, that's right. Like, I don't know. I have no idea. I imagine they will at some point.
At some point.
There'll be some good ones and bad ones. And so, like, to me, I don't care what they ever do with them. Like, because to me, I've already just seen these random versions that are all totally different from each other. That I don't care. The animated one was the coolest one out of all of them, in my opinion. The way they show him handle the villains and work with the heroes seemed really cool. Again, my favorite part is like when he's falling and he's like, "Can anybody like swing by and pick me up? Can't fly here." Now would be good. just like nonchalant. It's like, yeah, I don't have wings. I'm probably gonna die if I hit the ground, but most of my team can pick me up. So anybody would be nice.
Have you ever seen Batman: Mask of the Phantasm?
Yeah.
No.
Dude, that is
Yes.
one of my all-time favorite Batman movies.
That and
you got to watch that, Rook. It's the animated series. They made a movie. And it was in theaters. I remember going to the theaters and watching it, and that movie is legit.
That's what they should do. They should just take one of the animated movies that they're thinking about putting out, and instead of putting it out as an animated movie, just make it a Batman movie.
Technically, they do that still. Actually, I don't know if they make it Batman specific, but they have made some 2D Batman movies lately. I feel like, or at least DC movies.
The latest Batman animated movie, Batman Hush from the DC. Mm-hmm. Oh, they fucked that up. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I haven't seen any of them. I haven't seen any other DC animated movies, to be honest.
Tell us how you really feel.
The DC animated movies are usually really, really good.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Well, not just their movies, their shows.
The cartoon, man, their cartoon department is on point. But Batman Hush, they destroyed that story, and the big reveal of Hush at the end, it pissed me off so bad. Because, and Batman Hush is a former friend of Bruce Wayne. They went to school together. And he plays this really long game and manipulates him, and it involves the Riddler and all this. And in the animated movie, they just make Hush the Riddler. Like they completely change him, and they kill I'm blanking on Hush's real name at the moment, but they kill him off in the movie. Like he does die in the story, but that was all part of his plan. He doesn't really die; he fakes it. And in the movie, they kill him, and then and you're waiting for the big reveal of Hush, and then it turns out it's just the Riddler, and you're like, what? You totally messed up this whole story.
So that'd be like if they did a Superman movie where they don't know who the villain is, and it turns out to be Lex Luthor.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, that's what this all was leading to. Wow.
I mean, because like the Hush story, Hush is an awesome character. He's very manipulative, and he plays this very long, intricate game with Batman. And even at one point, he gets plastic surgery on his face to look like Bruce Wayne. Because he's so obsessed with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting, but they just took an existing character and just made him that. And it's like, all right. That's pretty lame.
It's like a short.
It's just. Go ahead.
I've seen something like that in the show Castle, which is like a detective type of show, like CIS and all those, but it's like more comedy than I'd say those ones. The other ones look boring to me. The Castle has more humor directly in it, but it's like they do have some serious criminals that they go against sometimes that make the episode more serious. And one of them was this returning villain who would basically he at some point he found a chick that does stuff like that can take duplicate the face basically.
Yeah.
And it's like, this dude like mentally fucked with them for so much, and like he's like seeing the guy's real face at some point, and he's like, dude, that's the guy that did all these horrible things, but they're like, no, he's innocent. The guy that you're talking about used his face, and it's like, no, that is the guy, and he like has his own apartment that he just bought to fuck with them, and like he keeps on coming to the house, making sure he's there. He's like, what? I'm just a normal guy. Gets his ass kicked, and he's still like, okay, I respect you, bro. He just wanted to like get him to accept him that he's not him, and then go, fuck you, I tricked you. Just like,
I mean,
dude, like that stuff.
That's very similar to Hush, to be honest with you. Like Hush is like the reverse of Bruce Wayne. He like tried to kill his parents to collect the money, and it was like I can't like I wish Lethal or somebody here who was in it could help me out here, because I'm blanking on a lot of the stuff, but like
yeah.
Bruce Wayne does something, and like he gets really like because of the parents, he's trying to get him killed, and like I think somehow Bruce Wayne is involved, and it stops, and he gets like really just pissed at Bruce Wayne, and like he dedicates his life to destroying.
Yeah, that seems like a cool story. And then to have reveal be, it's just a little Riddler.
Yeah, you got to read. See, like in the story, the Riddler is badly, and he's got brain cancer, and he's dying, right?
Yeah, he's got his own reasons to do what he does.
Yeah. And Ra's al Ghul, he gets in a Lazarus pit, which was what keeps Ra's al Ghul alive for years, right? He uses it to heal himself, and while he's in the Lazarus pit, he sees everything, and he finds out that Bruce Wayne is Batman, and he takes that information to Hush, and Hush uses it. So like the Riddler is a part of the story, and he uses the Riddler as a pawn, and then uses the information to do it. And then like in the animated movie, they just basically, the Riddler wanted to not be seen as a C-level villain. He wanted to be seen as
that alone.
So that's like not right there. When you hear that, you're like, you just messed this shit up. You just messed it up badly.
See, I don't have any attachment to these characters, but that would piss me off, dude. Just the motivation.
C-level.
The motivation
like in the movie, they call him a C-level villain.
The motivation of the villain is to not be seen as a low-tier villain. Oh my god, that's dumber than The Last Jedi, man. I'm sorry, that's really dumb. You guys think I'm a C-level villain? I'm gonna be really bad this time.
So bad.
Gosh,
that's like fourth wall retarded. I don't know. Because it's like, you guys at home think I'm horrible. I'm a stupid villain, don't you? I'm going to prove you wrong.
Exactly.
Oh, my God. Well,
it was so stupid. I'm sitting there. I'm watching it. I'm waiting like, I can't wait till they reveal Hush.
I almost want to see this now to see how dumb this is. I almost want to see this just to see how retarded that is. That sounds...
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Well, you can wash your mouth out with the other movies like Mask of the Phantasm.
Yes. Go on.
Still stuck on this now because that's actually funny. So it's like you could have a villain that's like, oh, you stepped on my toe and now I'm going to get revenge, and I go through this thing. That makes more sense than having it be like, I feel like you could make a villain out of, God damn it, I had a long day and my girlfriend broke up with me, and then this motherfucker comes in on his Batmobile and runs over my toe. God damn, and then they make their whole career about trying to ruin them. That makes more sense than oh no, the newspaper says I'm a C-level villain. Oh,
exactly.
Man, I want to be at least a B or an A. I could do better. C+? No, I got a plan now to be really evil. Lame.
It's crazy because I mean, if you've read the Batman Hush graphic novel, it's so good. I mean, he doesn't get the plastic surgery done in that story because it does look like Batman kills him or dies at the end of the story. Not Batman killed, but it does look like he dies at the end. But he does come back later because that's still part of his whole, his whole plan. So he comes back later, and that's when he has the plastic surgery and everything. And then just to reveal that it was the Riddler, because the Riddler, once he got in the Lazarus pit, saw everything because he still has that same part of the story. But his intentions now is that now that he knows everything and he's healed, his intention is to show everybody that he can be an A-list villain, that he can top the Joker.
Okay, hold up. No, that's even worse. Now, I thought you said that Ra's al Ghul went into the pit and told him. He goes into it himself?
No, the Riddler, he breaks into one of Ra's al Ghul's pit to save his life because he's dying of brain cancer.
Okay. Hold on. This just got even worse. 'Cause now they said this wasn't just he. This guy told me who he is. Now I can do it. No, he goes into this future telling device.
It's like a healing water. It's like this mystical healing water that when you're in it, it heals your body and makes you young and all this. You know, if you're old, and it allows you to see, it like opens your mind and everything to all kinds of like things that you can never put together before. And while he's in there healing his brain cancer, he sees and finally realizes who Batman truly is. That it's Bruce Wayne, right? And so in the comic, when he comes out, he's manipulated by Hush, so Hush can get that information and everything, and Hush uses.
So he can see Bruce Wayne. That's his main revelation.
He sees like a whole bunch of things, and you know,
that's what I'm saying. He went in there for the goal of curing his cancer, right?
Right.
He comes out going, Bruce Wayne is on my to-do list right after I survived brain cancer. Now I'm going to set my. That's even worse.
It's just like delusions of grandeur, you know.
I mean, I'm sorry that's so retarded. That's so retarded.
Are you sure he didn't come out insane?
It's supposed to take place over.
Like those Lazarus also, you know, it does make you. You've seen Arrow.
I've seen it. If you're dead when you go into it, you'll come back to life, but you'll have no soul, and you'll try to kill everybody in the room.
The only concept of I'm aware of.
When he comes out of it, you are a little bit insane.
Right.
So he's got like these like insane things in his head, like I know Batman is Bruce Wayne, and now I can finally, you know, kick his ass when he knows you couldn't.
But it's like you go into a thing that heals you, and you come out more retarded. Like I'm okay with you being more evil, but you come out stupider.
But I mean, it's just, if you read the Hush graphic novel and then watch the movie, you could see how bad they
screwed it up.
It's so much better storytelling in the graphic novel than I'm explaining it. So
I don't know, man.
But I thought that's a universal truth. If you try to make a movie off a graphic novel or a novel, it's going to come out trash.
Well, usually when the DC animated adapts one of their stories, they adapt them very well. They're usually done pretty spot on with the right amount of changes.
Right.
And this one, I don't know what it was or who was in charge, if they changed somebody, but they did not adapt this one very well at all.
It sounds like somebody's dancing by the microphone, shuffling slightly. Like, I don't know.
It's not me. I'm sitting still.
It might be my chair. It's a little squeaky.
Okay, that could be it.
Whoa, don't need to fall out of maker.
Like I'm hearing noise, and I'm like, is somebody like trying to get a wrapper out, and it's like, fuck, like they just can't get the goddamn thing open or something.
My chair's a little squeaky.
Okay, it could have been. That could be it. But we're about to wrap up anyway. So Flipster, did you say you had some things you wanted to wrap up?
Yeah. Just wanted to go over some new peeps that are in the collective. Let's welcome. Hold on, let me scroll down here. I got to find them real quick. And oh, great. Well, that would be easier if I was on the collective thing. 1 second. Well, there's Master Chudi or Chuddy. Gosh, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. It's Masterchudi. You guys welcome him to the Fandom Collective and run over there and give him a sub or a like or something. Just say hello. It's all about rising together and help each other. Lost in Comics was our channel of the day. Just happened to be out channel of the day on a day that we were having a stream, so I wanted to mention him. He got a lot of love, 11 hearts on there today. Let's see. You guys, I don't know if you're aware of this, but Mackenzie L. Burns changed her YouTube page to the Episode Club. I don't know if you guys are fans of her, but if you are, you can go over there, the Episode Club, and you can catch back up with what she's doing. Hold on. I'm almost done. Okay. So, like I was saying before, there's Shadow Hunter. You guys are definitely want to go check out Shadow Hunter on Twitter. He's at ShadowHunter419. And trust me on this, you're going to want to follow that guy. I can't tell you why just yet, But if you watch this whole stream, you might have got a hint in the beginning. So then there's also Storyman Jack. He just became part of the collective as well. I know he's out there, and you guys have seen him and been talking to him here and there. Because
He's also known as George Big Dick.
that's right.
What?
Well, it's something like George, but yeah, that's right.
George BD, but that is what it means. It's George Big Dick Lucas is the name.
Georgi, yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. 8-Bit Shinobi's kind of new. We got another person called Carly, and Lyndon Hall, Lazmat Films and Comics. You guys might know who that is. Give him your love, and don't forget to check out Vegeko1701. He actually does animations for intros, and if you've seen our intro here on the Phantom Collective for the shorts and for the reviews, that is Vegeko. He's looking to get hired to do some stuff. You can reach him at VJEKO17012. And that's all I got.
All right. Sounds good. Any last words, everybody?
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Thank you for clearing that up. Teeth move. Thank you. Fallon, can you say the same? No, just kidding. Anyway, any last words here for you?
Oh, yeah. I'll get you, Batman.
You say, my pretty.
I'm melting. You had to go there, so I had to go there.
Yep.
But yeah.
I told you not to use the hydrochloric acid.
Damn it.
I don't know that reference.
It's the Joker, is that right?
Joker.
Yeah.
In the original Batman.
Yeah, no. So anyway, guys, thanks for coming by. You should see us again on Sunday. Don't know if we'll do it on our channel or on one of these guys for us, but we'll let you know. And yeah, we're gonna play us out and have a great rest of your day, everybody.